Welcome back, students. So, we were doing this topic military and democracy in Pakistan, page 68 69. And in this clip, we are going to discuss factors which were responsible for, Pakistan to have unstable democracy. So, what are the factors which had not helped Pakistan to have a democratic government for long? Now, if you see the political setup of Pakistan, you will be, you will watch that Pakistan had certain flaws. The political system has got certain flaws. Number one is that they have weak political party. The political parties were not that strong enough, which could actually, establish a democratic form of government, or which could actually convince the people to have faith on democratic form of government. Not only that, we can find that the political system of Pakistan was highly corrupted. Most of the leaders were always charged with corruption, and even the governments are suspended because of this corruption, as it happened with Nawaz Sharif and previous other governments. And another system that we find, another flaw that we find in Pakistan political system is that very frequently there have been coup d'etat going on in Pakistan. That means the coup which were led by military ruler, because they did not have faith in democratic form of government. Even the people, even the people at large, the conservative people of Pakistan, they did not have any faith in democracy. As a result, we find that democracy was not successful in Pakistan. This is a general view of Pakistan not having a stable government, democratic government. Now, what are the factors that we are going to have in our book? That what factors specifically have been mentioned is that point number one is that social dominance of clergy and land owning aristocracy. Now, what is that? The social setup of Pakistan is that we see that the military, the clergy, the mullahs, Maulabis, and then the landowning aristocrats, they are very powerful, and they frequently actually overthrew the elected government, and they were in support of the military government. So naturally, those people of Pakistan, they could not go against the clergy, I mean their Maulvis and the landowning aristocrats. So that is one of the reason why we find that Pakistan is always having military government. This is number one. Second point is that in Pakistan there exists pro-military group, and this pro-military group has been developed because of the reason that India is always having conflict with Pakistan. Pakistan and India's conflict had led to the formation of pro-military groups, or we can say that these pro-military groups have become very powerful because Pakistan is always having conflict with India. So these groups, they often feel that political parties and democracy in Pakistan is weak, or these are flawed. These will not be successful because they cannot have faith on democratic form of government, because the security of Pakistan could not be handed over to selfish-minded political parties and chaotic democratic form of government. So that is why that army is necessary, or military rule is necessary in Pakistan, because they do not have any faith on democratic form of government. We have seen that democratic form of government, and whenever it comes, it never wants any kind of conflicts or international conflicts. They always believe in conciliation, they always believe in consultation, and they always try to settle conflicts with India in a very diplomatic manner, and this sometimes had enraged the people of Pakistan, or the clergy or the military of Pakistan. So they did not want the democratic government to continue. As a result, these pro military groups have become very, very powerful. Third, again we see that there is also another reason, that there is lack of international support. There is lack of genuine international support for democratic rule in Pakistan. That means internationally the powerful countries, they did not want Pakistan to have democratic form of government. They always wanted that, or want that Pakistan should have military, for military rule in their own country. And especially we find that they justify, another reason is that they justify army's power on what context? If we see that this international players, or we can say the countries, they do not want Pakistan to have democratic form of government because they very well justify army's power. Especially you see the United States and Western countries, they always encouraged military's authoritarian rule in the past because they had their own justified reasons. The reason being that they are apprehensive about the threat of global Islamic terrorism. We know that how global Islamic terrorism had, spread throughout the world, right from the say Saudi Arabian countries or other, we can say the other countries, the Taliban's and various other, Islamic terrorist groups are functional in different parts of the world, and that had actually created a kind of awe and fear among the Western countries of the world. So that's why they do not want that democracy to function, because they know that the Pakistan nuclear arsenal will remain in the safe hands if military is in power. But the arsenal might fall into the hands of terrorist group once they have democratic form of government. And they believe that that Pakistan act as the protector of Western interest in West Asia and South Asia. So this could be the 4 reasons why the democracy was very unstable in Pakistan. So after this we can say that, is it true that democracy cannot be restored, or people of Pakistan do not want democracy? If it is said that they do not want democracy, then it would be wrong to conclude, because there are certain pro-democratic factors which are operational in Pakistan. First and foremost is that Pakistan has a very the pro-democratic movement is very successful because they have very courageous and relatively free press working in Pakistan. So the press is always critical of of military form of government. And another factor is that Pakistan also has strong human rights movement. So whenever the military is in power and there is defying of human rights or violation of human rights, the press always comes forward and they put a question mark, or they try to justify the action of the military rulers. So these could be the reasons why we can hope that in future Pakistan will be having a continuous flow of democratic form of government. So till day we have seen that the democratic government is functioning under Imran Khan, and we are hopeful that Pakistan will be having democratic form of government in future as well. So I think I'm very much clear with the topic. Thank you, students.